My name is Codee. I am a licensed master plumber here in Denver, Colorado. And for the past 9 years of business, no one could find my company unless you searched for the company name. And who does that nowadays? Now people say plumber near me, or I need a water heater. You know, they say various phrases. How much does a 50-gallon water heater installed in Denver cost, right? And I rank for that. I rank number one for multiple things, at least on the first page, for 50 different phrases. And this video is not to sell you anything. It's to show you the power of AI, what you can learn, or you could pay somebody like me. But again, this isn't about selling anything. It's to show you that if you're not using AI, then somebody else is, your competitor is, and they're gonna leave you behind. Because right now, I am ranking for various terms that there's companies that have been around for 50 years that I'm ahead of. So let's see the receipts. I know you guys are interested in that. This is the first video of a series. My next video will show you things like schema, show you things like the different types that there is. You got fact schema, stuff like that, but let's get right to it.
All right, so the first video was going to take forever. The second video, I forgot to push this button to actually capture the screen. So now, hopefully, this is going to be the last one for this, but we're going to go ahead and capture the screen. That way you guys can see everything in real time. Okay. And now it is going to start recording. All right. I think the first question was, how much is a 50-gallon water heater installed in Denver? Denver is the hardest one to rank. Everybody puts their money into Denver keywords. If they have a business in Littleton, Lakewood, Thornton, everybody targets the Denver market. So how much is a 50-gallon water heater installed in Denver? You've got Gemini for the Google AI, and Gemini is recommending us as the top 2. And then you have Ream. And then you have on the page where nobody's paying for ads, it starts with Reddit. And then you've got Flowworks. And then you've got us, Colorado First Plumbing. And you got Plumline and a bunch of other ones. So we are number 3. And that's pretty good. We're going to change this to Centennial. A lot of people think they can have a landing page and rank like this for multiple cities. You do need to have multiple location pages if you want to rank for different things. But here you go. Here's Centennial. It looks like Gemini recommends our company again twice. And then the last one is going to be Affordable HVAC. It looks like they name us here. It says Colorado First Plumbing and Sewer offers a flat rate of around $2,100 for a standard 50-gallon gas unit, and that's going to be a Ream or A.O. Smith. And then they also have a higher price option for Bradford White, around $2,500. And look at that. You've got We Show Up First, Centennial. That's my Centennial page. Then you got Flowworks. Then you got Home Depot. Then you got Plumline. And then We Show Up again. So we're showing up twice on the main page for just pages, and then we're showing up twice for AI. Let's go ahead and go Thornton. All right, here we are again. So first 2 is us, and then you have a company called Mile High HVAC. Flowworks again. I mean, their SEO obviously is on point. I mean, ours is trailing right after them. Thornton's only Affordable Plumber. So this is going to be my Thornton page. If I click in there, it will look similar, but I do not copy and paste my pages. And there's a reason for that. If you want good SEO, then Google does not want to show copies of pages. So that's one of the things that I learned. And, we can go through this entire page, but you get the idea. And we'll see if we show up again. It looks like we do. So here I've got my water heater deal in Denver, another page that is ranking for Thornton. We'll change this to Lakewood. And it wants to know where I'm at. I'm going to push not now because we are still in the incognito. And it looks like for Lakewood, we show up as number 1, and then Mile High HVAC and Liberty Home Guard, so a warranty company. Looks like the AI names us here. And if we scroll down, the very first one, see you have sponsored, right? And that's going to be, it looks like Faucet Depot, Supply House, Home Depot. And then this is not sponsored. There's no little sponsored next to my name. So I am the first page. Looks like I finally beat Flowworks. And then you got Home Depot, Plumline down here. So that is one question, right? But it's ranking in multiple cities. And that also works for the near me, stuff like that. Now let's try something else. How about instead of how much is a 50-gallon water heater, let's go ahead and put something simple. How much is a sewer replacement? And we'll put in Denver. That would be a very hard one. You've got companies like Sewer Lines Only, Roto-Rooter. Those companies are paying a lot of money to be at the top, especially for Denver. And as you can see, my site does not rank for the AI, right? And again, these companies are going to be paying a lot. So Plumline, so you've got sponsored, and it looks like after sponsored, you get into Plumline, Reddit, Facebook. So this is discussions and forums. And you got Simply Sewers. All right, so on this page, that's such a hard one for Denver. And that question right there is, there's not a lot of keywords there, but you could see we're right here. We're right below Plumline, right above Sewer Experts. And that's for Denver, so that's pretty good. But we're going to change it. How about Sewer Spot Repair? And get rid of that. And we'll go back to Denver again. Now look at that. So if you have a hard time ranking for something like sewer replacement, then you need to play around with some of your pages and start going for other ones, because there is a lot of people that look up sewer spot repair simply because the fact that plumbers like to use the word spot repair. And so that causes your average consumer to look that up. Like, what's a spot repair? And you can see here we're ranking 2 of the spots on Gemini, and we are the first page, and we're before Reddit. We're before all that other stuff. Then you got Plumline, Sewer Experts, Angie's List. And this changed that up. We could do the same thing. I don't think I've tried. Let's see. Littleton. That's where we're based out of. And look at that. We are in Littleton. We are taking up the first 2 spots for Gemini. Come down here, and we are the very first recommended page and the second page. So that is the cool thing when you have so many pages that are ranking, is that you're pushing other companies out of positions with the same company, right? So Highlands Ranch, how about that? Okay, and here we are again. 2, Gemini recommending our company twice, and then you've got Google putting us at the top, showing our spot repair price for, it looks like this page right here is ranking in multiple cities. And, we go in depth of what that is. So we've got a $5,000 sewer spot repair in the yard only, and then we got $9,500 for the street, and it keeps going. So let's go back. Let's see if any other pages are ranking as well. And it looks like not. So, oh, yep, there is one right here. The actual Highlands Ranch page is further down the line. So we took the number 1 spot, and it looks like the number 4 spot, and then both AI spots. Let's we did 50-gallon water heater. Let's go 40-gallon. And this changed this up. How much is a Bradford white 50-gallon in, we'll say, Arvada? Okay. So this one, oh, look at that. We are number 1 for the AI. After that, you have supply houses, because I forgot to put installed, but we still showed up before supplyhouse.com in total home supply, and that was for Gemini. And look at that. I beat Ferguson. Okay. Ferguson is a huge supplier for plumbing stuff. And my site ranked before them simply on how much is a Bradford White 50-gallon water heater. That is amazing. I beat out Bradford White itself, whoever this is. So that's pretty cool. And we are back. Let's go ahead and try 40-gallon. Okay. And you can imagine how many people are actually searching these type of things. I keep putting the city because if I don't, even though I have incognito, it's not like the near me would be, most likely Highlands Ranch, Littleton. But I want to show you guys that it's ranking everywhere. So Arvada's really far from us. Denver, there I am again, 40-gallon. That's for a Bradford White. Let's try how much is a Ream. Installed. I'll put installed this time, but we could check the other way. And I forget how many pages I have. So another incognito thing. We'll go to my site. And looks like I've got Longmont, Thornton, Denver, Castle Rock, Centennial. So we'll go ahead and we're going to try, we'll try Castle Rock. That's a different one. I haven't done a lot with the SEO in that part, but let's try it. Ream water heater installed in Castle Rock. And we're number 1. Okay. And look at that. Our, the Gemini is recommending our site, twice. And look at that. We are on the first, we've taken up the first 2 spots, before Home Depot, before Flowworks, before Euro Plumbing. I got 3 spots actually for Castle Rock. That's nuts. So we're basically dominating that question. Okay. And we're changing it up. A lot of people in Colorado, they love that Bradford White. So let's see if I do the same thing in Castle Rock. We're number 1 right there. So, and it looks like our website made it 2. It looks like a company called Nick's Plumbing is number 2, but we take the 3rd spot as well. And that's our Castle Rock page. And our Denver page ranks here. Our Castle Rock page ranks 2nd. And then you got Euro Plumbing, Flowworks, Plumbline, Credible Air, Bradford White. How much is a sewer repair in Castle Rock? So I don't know if look, we are the 2nd one here. It looks like some YouTube channel beat us on the first one. Oh, so we are the 2nd and 3rd. It also names us here. It names our price. And look at that. We are number 2. So we're number 2 on here, which is great. I didn't know that it would do that. Now we're going to try Westminster. I do not have a Westminster page, but I'm interested to see, since we're ranking in so many different areas. Look at that. So if somebody were to ask how much is a sewer repair in Westminster, they're going to find us, even though I do not have a page for Westminster. And that is simply because we have so much SEO in all the surrounding areas. So you can see my Denver page, it is ranking in multiple places, including Westminster. So we're named #1 on the AI, which is huge. So that's not just Google. That's anyone that has Gemini on their phone that uses it. They should run into us if they ask the right questions. And then we are #2 on the actual Google. So you got homeu.com, and then you have Colorado First Plumbing, and you have Plumline, you got High Five. I know they spend a ton of money on ads. You got Yelp all the way down there, Roto-Rooter, Big Apple. Let's go ahead and put, how about Highlands Ranch? A lot of good companies out here, and here I am again. So Highlands Ranch, first one on Gemini. Denver page again ranking. And we could look at that Denver page again. That's, it's got everything that Google wants. It's not just schema that's going to get you to rank. You also got to get Google to trust that you know what you're talking about. And you have to offer something that other companies aren't offering. All right, so I think I have recorded enough footage. I don't know what else to put. How about a lot of people will ask, are there any companies in Denver that show plumbing prices? How about that? All right, so it looks like home, and I think I say that a lot in the video. It looks like. I need to stop saying that. Home Service Plumbing. Hey, look at that. And I said it again. Colorado First Plumbing. So it knows that I do. And then it says, which provides exact pricing before you call. Other companies like Brothers mention they offer transparent and upfront quotes, even if the full prices isn't available. While some companies like Bell and Tony, whatever, prefer to assess the job. So we are #1 for that question. How about affordable? And we'll change this up a little bit. Are there any affordable plumbing companies? In, we'll say, Littleton. I haven't found one yet that I haven't been on, but this could be it because everyone goes for affordable. That is a hard word to rank for. And yeah, so this one I actually got beat out. So I don't win them all. Let's try. We'll try another one that'll probably do the same thing. How about plumbing companies? Are there any affordable plumbing companies with out the door prices? In Thornton, Colorado First Plumbing, #1 on that. There's our Thornton page. Denver, Colorado First Plumbing. 2 of them. It says we advertise out the door, flat rate pricing. We could try that too. How about any flat rate plumbing companies in Highlands Ranch? That's too close to us, but that's right there, #1. So if you guys want to learn how I've done this, right, I could keep on going, showing you all that stuff. Those 52 pages, from what it looks like, they're starting to rank for more and more and more, and less keywords like that have to be packed together. So if you want to learn that, and if I have time to show you, I can. You can reach out to me. If it is something where you want me to implement it for you, I would charge for that. But do your research. The stuff is out there. I could also let you know what kind of AIs that I use personally, the ones that I trust, and the ones that have not, led me down a path that didn't work. So. And the other thing that I wanted to show you, further proof that this is legit, even though you could just search those things yourself. And, I'm going to show up on those first pages, maybe not exactly where I was, but I will be there on that first page, depending on your location. I'm going to exit incognito real quick, close. And my various websites are on Vercel, and the one that I actually look at the analytics for is my primary business, which is Colorado First Plumbing and Sewer. So I am now looking at Vercel's, information about how many visitors I do get. This says last 70 days. Looks like I've had 16 on the 20th, so yesterday. I've had 12 on the 19th, 24 the 17th, dropped down to 10 on the 16th, 21. So looks like I'm floating around 20 people a day that are going onto my website, which is amazing. And if I look at the last 12 months, okay, I told you that before I started this, I had no one could find me unless they searched the name. So you could see back in November, right? 0, 0, 0, 0. We're coming into March, and I think I started teaching myself it around April. 0, May, 0, June, 0, and look at that. I finally got it correct around July, August area. I went from 0 visitors in July to 470 visitors in August. 422 visitors in September. 410 in October. It has this little thing, but I haven't really updated anything else. And it does tell me that the majority of it comes from Google, right? That's what you want. Looks like some come from DuckDuckGo. I get 70 visitors. And so it runs through it, and these are actually the pages that they're going to. So a lot of them go to my main page, and we're going to change this back to the last 30 days. How about that? So you could see, even though that other graph showed a down part, and if you look at the monthly, it's actually going up. So November 2nd, 28 people, 15 people on the 10th, 19 people on the 12th, 19 people on the 21st, which was today. And it looks like the majority are still going to the main page, but then water heater pricing, that is my biggest page by far. And then my second page is the actual pricing page that shows how much are clogs, how much do we do jetting for. Looks like flat rate ream, so a lot of people like that ream water heater special. Tankless water heater pricing, Arvada, plumber, and the list goes on. We've got garbage disposals, all of these different things meet the team, but that tells me all that kind of information. It looks like Windows is the biggest, and then Apple, Mac users, Android, mobile compared to desktop. So, and I mean, that paints the picture right there. So everything we just talked about, I had absolutely no SEO, and then bam. And like I said, as soon as I figured out exactly what it was that I needed to put, and I started implementing it on my pages, it was overnight. All of a sudden, Google knew who I was, they trusted me, and they said, here you go. This is the person we recommend. So, yep, just wanted to show you just a little bit extra. Thanks for watching.